WrestleMania 30 this Sunday on pay-per-view. It's going to be
What the hell are you doing? You're not me. This is my channel, my video. I invited you, and you think you're just going to come in here and start this video? WrestleMania, man.
Yeah.
It's the Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
Showcase of the Immortals.
Yes.
The Magnificence, the Pageantry,
Yes.
the Mastery.
Yes.
75,000 fans in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome this Sunday night.
Yes.
And you think you're going to start this all by yourself?
Yes.
WrestleMania. It's not like any other prediction video.
Yeah.
I usually do them, say, 2 days before the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Or even maybe the Sunday morning.
Yeah.
We're 5 days out.
Yes, we are.
Because we got to make this basically, this is an hour, I don't know how long of pure wrestling talk.
We're going to give it our all and our all thoughts, and we're just not going to let anything out. So.
And also, tickets for my party are sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Keith's, all the guys are confirmed.
Yes.
Only need some girls.
Well.
No, I kind of don't mix wrestling with girls. I don't tell them I watch it. Alright, let's get a minute in. Let's get the show on the road.
Exactly. So the first thing that I have here on my file here, paper.
Yeah.
We got a pre-show match. Originally, that was going to be on the card, but it got moved to the pre-show. We have the Tag Team Championship match between the Usos, the Real Americans, Ryback, and Los Matadores. I know you don't like those guys, right?
I think I know why that, because, look at the paper. Why is it going to move the pre-show?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe one of these matches in here, say, this one could be a 30 to 35 minutes instead of 25 to 30.
And we'll get to that later.
These two right here maybe can get it to 20 minutes, and same with number 4 on your list.
Exactly. So, on to the pre-show Tag Team Championship match. What are your thoughts?
If you get, I saw this 2 years ago to the date, but it was the Usos, Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel, and Primo and Epico with Rosa Mendez.
Yes.
In the pre-show. And
you were there in person?
Yes, I was there in person. I was 28.
Yep.
But it didn't get announced until Friday. I was in the Apple store in Miami Friday, and I'm like, oh, look, another match got added. My dad even said, that's not on the real card, is it? And I was like, nope. He even knew from, I didn't even have to say, I only had to say, who was in it, and he knew right away it was not a pay-per-view match.
Yeah. Are you kind of disappointed that this match is off, or are you really
Only because of the push. I had to think that the Usos and both, somewhat Swagger, but more Cesaro need, because those are top caliber talent. Those are guys, say, 5-10 years from now, that could be carrying the company.
Me, strictly, it's only because of the Usos, because they really busted their ass the last few years winning the Tag Team Championships, and I really feel they deserved a spot in the big show of WrestleMania, so it's good that we're going to see them near the or around the card and all, but the thing is...
Well, it's better than getting the match booted last year. They look, Rhodes scholars, Cody Rhodes, great talent, got booted off the card.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
I'd rather get moved to the pre-show than, because pre-show it's okay, whatever, you understand. But getting from the pay-per-view to not even going on, that's a slap in the face.
Yeah, well...
you work so hard, and then it's nothing.
So the Fatal 4-Way match, I think this is pretty easy to call. I'm really calling the Usos to win only because they won the titles just not too long ago, and I really can't see them losing. What about you?
And when I say oos, y'all say oh.
What do you say?
Oos.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta go with the Usos too, just because it's pre-show.
Yeah.
And besides, there's one tag team that doesn't deserve the gold, in my opinion.
Yes.
One that...
I think we know who we're talking about.
Yeah. Ryback and Curtis Axel. I actually like Curtis Axel. I always have since they introduced him. But that whole Intercontinental thing, it was one of those things with Alberto Del Rio losing the heavyweight championship to Ziggler and then winning it again, and then going on the heel run. It was kind of one of those things where it wasn't really needed. I think that Curtis Axel, a couple other superstars, needed to lose their championship, say, a couple months prior. It didn't have to go from June to November, maybe June to September or October.
And as far as the Real Americans are concerned, it looks like they're going to be breaking them up soon. So Antonio Cesaro looks like he's going to be on the verge of a main event push. Do you see that happening?
He's a great talent. He's another one of those ROH guys where it's Punk, who knows what's happening with him. And then you got him, you got Daniel Bryan, you got all these guys who basically, I kind of consider this the Edge model. Because Edge is one of the guys that you knew that he wasn't just given it. Guys like Orton, Batista, Cena, they spent a few months in the Indies, but that's only a few months. These guys spent years upon years upon years upon years upon years. in the Indies.
We all know that the Real Americans are going to split up eventually, but where do you think that's going to leave Zeb Coulter?
I think him and Swagger. Just
Him
keep
and
them in like a mid card. Maybe have a feud with Big E, like get Jack. Because maybe if you can get Jack the IC title, or even Ambrose's US title, get him one of those two, just to keep him relevant, just to keep him around from going. Because like right now they're about here. Like this is the top. They're about the mid card at the top. Then you got your low mid card, which is kind of like your Miz and your Kofi Kingstons, like a lot of kind of sad to see those guys there, but whatever. And then you got your no card at all, like the guys who knows if they're even going to be on the card of Mania.
I even forgot Dean Ambrose was U.S. champion until he just mentioned it.
Exactly, that's how irrelevant.
He's still champion.
He'll lose it. He'll lose it. I think sometime. He'll lose it probably for the next month.
I hope so. I mean, he really hasn't done much since being U.S. champion. He hasn't really defended it that much. So, do you think they'll just drop the title altogether soon?
No. Like the title's got those two titles, even though they're mid-card titles now. They just have so much prestige to them. Like Pat Patterson, Harley Race, guys like that.
Pat Patterson was U.S. champion?
Intercontinental.
Oh, well.
You should know that.
No, well.
All right, now then.
Altogether, you're just predicting the Usos to retain their championship belts.
Since it's pre-show, yes. If it wasn't pre-show, I'd say maybe they may have a chance of losing it. But considering that they're probably the one team who actually deserves the titles in there, I have that. But then the other one would have been, say if it was like the Usos, Real Americans, New Age Outlaws stole the titles, then I could see the New Age Outlaws losing their titles at Mania, because I think that would be big for the Usos, even though they won it on Raw.
Yeah.
I think it'd be huge for them to win the titles at Mania, but still, they're champions. Can't complain.
And speaking of the New Age Outlaws, that brings us to our next match. They'll be involved, or they'll be teaming.
I have a bold prediction to make before anything else happens. How the show's going to open? You're going to get the pay-per-view warning.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get the then now forever. Open up to America the Beautiful. And then after America the Beautiful, like a little video package, and then out comes
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. But I could see him doing a little intro, or wait, no. The one thing I'd rather see is, instead of that, have America the Beautiful cue the intro video. Then they're in an indoor stadium, so there's no excuse why there shouldn't be pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
Because when I was there, I was like, what the hell? Where's the pyro? And then I realized that it was light out still, and they wouldn't have it good, so they waited until it was darker.
And look how nice that looks.
Still, it was amazing.
Exactly.
It's not that loud when you're outdoors.
Really?
Well, sound travels, that's why. When you're inside, it's just in one compact space. That's science. But no, I think that what I would like to see, instead of the match you're going to say to open the show, I think that Hulk Hogan comes out, introduces WrestleMania, introduces the Battle Royal.
Do you think the Battle Royal might be the opening?
I think either that or the match you're going to get into, which was
the six-man tag, which brings us to.
We'll just go in that order, but I think that I think it'd be better to get the Battle Royale open it, because you got to figure that that match is going to take place sometime. But these two are going to take place between 8:45 and 10 o'clock.
So you want to talk about the Battle Royal first?
We'll just go in the order that you have it in.
So we have the New Age Outlaws and Kane taking on the Shield. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. This is kind of a tough one to call, don't you think so? Or do you think it's easy?
I think it's easy. I gotta go, since they're planning on breaking up the Shield. Sorry.
It's all good.
I'm picking the New Age Outlaws and Kane to win, just because of what happened last night, how they had the attack on them, and also the fact that if they want to break up the Shield, have them show cracks. Like, 'cause I remember at TLC when it was a 3-on-1 handicap match, Punk won that match, remember? But it was because Reigns speared Ambrose. Punk got the 1, 2, 3. So I think something similar like this can happen. This match shouldn't be that long, maybe 10, 15 minutes, because, honestly, how long can the Outlaws work a match now?
Well, we don't know that. We'll have to find that out at WrestleMania. But what about this possibility? The Shield beats Kane and the Outlaws, and Reigns gets the pin, and then they all think that Reigns is selfish for taking all the glory. Do you see that happening, or that's what leads to the breakup?
I like that idea as well. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. This is a match I don't know. I thought the Outlaws just to do that, but your idea is not that bad either. I think you might have just persuaded me to go from picking basically the Attitude Era guys to the Shield.
But I'm with you though. I'm picking Kane and the New Age Outlaws only because they are planning to break up the Shield. So
yeah, the only other way I can see that happen, because remember I can see this happening like last year where there's this opening 6-man tag to open the show with the Shield.
Yep.
And they came out, and then they lost in a big show attack, Sheamus and Orton.
Yep. And knocked them out.
Yeah. But this way I could see it, like, say the Outlaws and Kane win.
Yeah.
Reigns is the one who gets pinned, so they blame Reigns. Reigns just goes absolutely crazy on the two of them, beats the shit out of Ambrose, and like hits a Superman punch on one, spears the other. He's the sole man in the ring, because that indicates like, okay, this guy's here, he's here to stay, he's the top of this company.
Because Roman Reigns, once he gets out of that single ranks, watch out, he's going to be a major player. How do you think he's going to do in the single ranks?
I think he'll be fine. Like he's basically got what they look for. He reminds me a lot of The Rock. How he's got, well, not to be like weird, I think he's got the physique. Like he's built well. He's got the in-ring ability, because a lot of big guys like that, it's like they don't move well in the ring.
And he's tough as hell.
But he's tough as hell. His spear is probably one of the more vicious ones I've seen. Like he's up there with the likes of Edge and Goldberg.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, that spear. He's got the spear, the Superman punch.
Yeah.
And I believe that he could even do a move like the triple power bomb, but kind of like do a Batista bomb where you get the opponent like in between your legs, and then you lift them up, but then you just pam down, and then just for a power bomb finisher.
So I'm picking Kane and Outlaws, and I guess you're on the same boat?
Yep, same boat.
So Kane and Outlaws win the six-man tag against the Shield. So
yeah.
Next, we have the Vicky Guerrero Invitational for the WWE Divas Championship, and we found out on Monday the rules are it's a 14 Divas single falls match for the title, so whoever scores the pinfall is the champ. Your thoughts?
Really? So it's just one pin?
Pretty much everyone in the same ring, and whoever gets the pinfall wins the title. It's pretty much crazy.
I would have preferred it to be like you pin the person and then they have to leave, kind of like an Elimination Chamber match, how it's set up, how you have... I would have done it like a mini or mini Royal Rumble where it's like, and then instead of every 90 seconds, like every 30 seconds, someone new enters, but then everyone's waiting on the outside of the ring. So like, say you start off with two girls, and then like every 30 seconds, a new girl just comes in, but then you got to pin the girl to actually get her eliminated, and then leave it down to 2 instead of having 14 people, because there's gonna be the fear I have with that is that there's gonna be a whole bunch of weird shit happening. Someone gets the pin and you don't know what happened.
Do you prefer this match to be on the pre-show? I think you mentioned before that you had an idea.
Everyone's got to go to the bathroom at some point.
Well, did you mention before this should be on the pre-show, and whoever wins the match should challenge for the Divas title the same night on the card?
That's what I would have liked to see if they had gone that way, but this way, like, at first when it was announced, I was like, okay, when they're announcing Naomi, Nikki Bella, Natalya, I thought Fatal 4-Way, but then all these other names are coming out, and I'm
pretty
like,
much every diva on the roster. Speaking of which, here are the divas that are going to be on. AJ Lee, the champ, Oksana, Alicia Fox, Brie Bella, Cameron, Emma, unfortunately, Eva Marie, Layla, Naomi, Natalya, who I'm really happy that's going to be on the card finally, Nikki Bella, Rosa Mendez, Summer Rae, our personal favorite, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to meet her at SummerSlam.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to meet her.
And last but not least, Tamina Snuka.
What I could see happening, so basically with this, so it's a 14 diva single fall match. So basically, the one thing, I have a few girls who I'd like to win, and those girls, I'll tell eventual winner. I'd like to see one of the Bellas, Natalya, Naomi, or Tamina win. Just because Tamina and AJ, you're seeing the cracks with them.
Yeah. So you're convinced AJ Lee's going to lose the title?
She's held it for, almost a year now, and same thing as Ambrose. It's not relevant. And then, it's so weird what they do with her. It's like every other champion, like what they did with Cena 2006-07, except his reign actually meant something because he had defended it every few weeks. But with that, you had him going to do that, but then with AJ Lee, it's like, oh, she looks weak going into a title defense, and then out of nowhere, oh, she retains. Like at TLC against Natalya, we all thought she was going to lose because there's that weird stuff that went on backstage between her and Michelle Beadle because Beadle was talking to Punk and she got jealous and apparently screamed and started swearing at her. But meanwhile, she ended up retaining her title. Like even when we were there, they had a match and Natalya won, but she didn't get the title.
How long do you think this match will be?
If it's just the one single fall, I can't see it being longer than 15.
Really, that long?
15 max.
Oh, okay.
15-minute max.
Okay.
Because you got to figure, you're going to have all these small matches.
Yeah.
Calm before the storm. The storm, which we'll get into in a few minutes. And everyone here I probably just gave it away, but there's a few matches that are going to be like there's only a few matches. Like these matches, you'll remember them, but there's a few matches on this card where you're gonna go back and look and be like, that match made that show, or that made that match go from being a 8 out of 10 to being a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's just that even though it's 1 point, there are certain matches where it's like it just changes everything. That's why I think this match is, because honestly, because I remember 2012, what match came after the Divas match?
2012. I think that was a Hell in a Cell match.
Exactly, Calm Before the Storm, because that match just sucked the energy out of Sun Life Stadium.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because actually, ironically, I was in the bathroom when the Divas match was on, because I figured I didn't know what was coming next. And then Justin Roberts announced what was like the attendance, so I was like, oh shit, I'm like running back to my seat.
So, I gotta pick Natalia. I hope Natalia wins. Like, Natalia, Tamina, and Naomi, I think are more deserving to win the title should AJ lose it. But would you be surprised, though, if AJ retains?
I'd be surprised a little bit, but you know who I'd like to see win? I'd like to see Nikki Bella win.
Really?
Or there's the rumored plans of her and Brie Bella winning, Daniel Bryan winning, but that's not true. But Nikki Bella wins. Mm-hmm. Nikki pins Brie to start up a rivalry there. How does that sound? Get the two Bellas fighting each other.
Sister versus sister.
Never been done?
No, it's never been done before. I'd really like to see that.
And for upcoming pay-per-views like Extreme Rules and...
they actually did that briefly before WrestleMania 25 on ECW. They had a match together, if you remember. So...
I remember ECW was on because it was weird. It was Tuesday nights live, but then it showed like Friday nights at midnight on Global. Mm-hmm. One of the most memorable matches I remember watching was a Sheamus Goldust rivalry.
So you're picking Nikki Bella to win this match?
I'm liking that to happen, but I gotta go with you. Natty is way too deserving. She's probably the best technical diva on the roster, wrestling-wise.
And most deserving, like you just mentioned.
Most deserving.
She was left out of the card last year to guide two rookies, one of them Eva Marie, as we saw in Total Divas. I was really unhappy about that. Yeah. I mean, you have one of your best divas on the roster. You're not even going to give her a match after she's been with the company for like 6 years.
Even at SummerSlam, there was that whole party, and I remember she had to, which I'm not sure, I don't think I'll be going to because I'll be flying on Friday morning, but there was a party, and then she had to interview people on the red carpet. Yeah. Yeah, and then I remember Alicia Fox being a bitch because she peed her pants in the ring, and she kept bringing it up. So yeah, I gotta go. I'm not trying to go the same as you, but I gotta go with Natalia just because it's deserving talent. Like, they can either do this card right, or they can do this card completely wrong and piss the fans off.
So Natalia is the winner of this match.
Yeah, I think she pins though. I think AJ Lee's gotta get pinned.
Yeah. Then they'll make a whole big deal about how she was never pinned. Then
that causes a rivalry. She turns on Tamina Snuka. Tamina Snuka goes face, does whatever. Because, like, there's the only heel diva I feel like right now is AJ Lee. Like, Alicia Fox, like Oksana, Layla, Rosa Mendez, like the girls who don't get much airtime are thing. Summer Rae, though, I think she's a better heel diva than a face diva.
She will be a Divas champion one day, I think so. What about you?
Later this year, early next year. Like, not till, like, Hell in a Cell.
So we're agreeing that Natalia will come out on top in this match.
Yeah.
All right, next one is the Andre the Giant 30-man Memorial Battle Royal. I'm actually looking forward to this match. What about you?
I am too, because you can say like either a Giant can win or someone who they're going to start pushing after Mania can win. But the thing I feel with this match is, are they going to do it like everyone comes down to the ring at once and then they just, boom, they're in there? Or they're going to have like...
separate entrances?
Yeah.
Well, since there's 7 matches on the card, I can possibly see them having separate entrances.
But, like, maybe only the big guys get separate entrances, like the Sheamuses or the Big Show, or like...
well, let's actually list the name of the participants here. We got Alberto Del Rio, Big E Langston, Big Show, and on Wikipedia, Brad Maddox is being listed on.
I actually heard that I read a dirt sheet yesterday that was on it as well.
Really?
Yeah.
So we got Brodus Clay, Christian, Cody Rhodes, Damian Sandow, Darren Young, Dolph Ziggler, Fandango, Drew McIntyre, Goldust, The Great Khali, Heath Slater, Jinder Mahal, Justin Gabriel, Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry, The Miz, Rey Mysterio, Sheamus, R-Truth, Santino Marella, Sin Cara, Titus O'Neil, Zack Ryder, and 3 other participants to be announced.
I would like to see the debut of Alexander Rusev, even though he debuted at the Rumble.
Yeah.
For a rookie, you saw how impressive he was, even though he was eliminated.
By 4 or 5 other men, right?
He impressed the heck. Even I watch NXT. He's got a hot assist. That's just a little bit of a bonus, but
Mana.
he is powerful. Like, he is, like, I feel like he can be, like, the next Sheik, because he's the same finisher as Sheik, minus the whole crazy wheelchair swearing rants.
Oh, yeah.
Minus all that, I feel like Rusev can play his character, kind of like the guy, because, like, you know what Sheik, I don't really remember that much about the 80s because I wasn't alive, but that's you. Like, remember, like, Sheik's character, do you feel like Rusev can be the same kind of person?
I believe so. But he doesn't speak English, though, right?
That's why they have Lana with him. That's the only thing, is that he doesn't speak English.
But I think Alexander Rusev will be a force in the WWE like no other.
He either can do that, or I think he'll debut he'll have a match next night on Raw.
Like Lord Tensai.
Yeah, but I feel like that they're going to do right with him, because even having Rusev come out and stand on the podium, it's like he's here to stay. And then other guys probably just like Zack Ryder's in there, probably like maybe a returning...
Rob Van Dam, maybe?
That's rumored. I don't know. Like, they got to surprise the hell out of us with that one. What about Sting?
Sting, I think we're going to actually touch on that after these matches, because there is a rumor that he's going to be facing a certain someone next year at WrestleMania.
But in Santa Clara, California.
What do you think the odds that we'll see maybe in this Battle Royal Jake the Snake Roberts?
I just think Hall of Fame and everything, and it's like, I feel like that since he's going into the Hall, like guys like him, like their careers are just good. Like him, Scott Hall, guys like that. Like,
you don't think a match is necessary?
I think it would have been nice to have him in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I feel like this trophy, since it's for the Battle Royale, someone who's currently with the company needs to win this. Someone who's going to be around on a full-time schedule.
And my guess is Hulk Hogan is going to present the trophy to the winner.
He'll probably be ringside for the whole match. I feel like he'll come out, or they'll have all these matches, and Hulk Hogan comes out again and says, like, brothers, it's time for the battle, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Because who knows Andre the Giant more than Hulk Hogan?
And that was a pretty good impression, I felt.
It was.
And then he'll introduce all the opponents, and then he'll come out saying that you're going to carry the memory of Andre the Giant for the next year. Like something like that. Just like you're going to carry the memory with this trophy. And there's only one person I think that deserves that. It's not a giant. It's the Celtic Warrior.
Sheamus.
Yeah.
So you're picking Sheamus to win this.
Yeah, just because I read the reports of who's basically rumored here and there to get a big push after. And I feel like that with him holding that trophy, it's one of those things that will help, will elevate his career. Kind of get him to go from mid-card back to main event picture, because like it's like I have like he can go into a rivalry with someone post-Mania.
Yeah.
Maybe go back to that heel that we saw him from 2009 to maybe early 2011.
Yeah.
And show him there. So basically, it's not like I have this trophy, but now I want the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
So keep him around there, because that trophy is going to mean a lot. Like it's not like, oh, it's just whatever. But the fact that it's honoring probably one of the greatest superstars of all time, even though Big Show's a guy who could win it, or even though he's a big guy, I feel like Sheamus is the one to win. For
me, I gotta pick Big Show only because if they want to honor Andre the Giant, they should have, like I said, a giant win this match. If all of you remember at WrestleMania 2 when Andre the Giant won the Battle Royal, it's kind of resemblance to that to me. Like, I really think they want to repeat history. Maybe have another giant.
But it's all wrestlers, no football players.
Oh yeah, exactly. And Bret Hart, according to Bret Hart, Andre hated the football players that participated in the match. So I gotta pick Big Show only because if they want to honor Andre, have a giant win the match. That's just the way I'd like to see it.
So this is the first one where we're not on the same page.
Well, I would like to see Sheamus win that, but I could only probably see either those two winning the match. Or maybe a returning superstar that might throw us off, like Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, but since he's on a full-time schedule, like, I don't think he should hold the title. That's the only reason why. Cause, the only thing that, like, he could do that could be relevant is, say, he wins, like, the championship, but then he loses it, then he fades off. Because I think he'll be here post-Mania till, I don't know, say, maybe late SummerSlam or just before SummerSlam.
So we pick either Sheamus or Big Show to take this home.
I have Sheamus.
I'd be happy with either Big Show or Sheamus. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, next match. I'm pretty sure you're looking forward to this one. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt.
There are two things that I'm going to say about this match. One, they got to go out there. Like, I'm not looking at this as a match of the night, but this has got to be one of those matches that people remember, kind of like an undercard match that's not usually looked upon as great. Like, no, excuse me, a match that people look at as like, they didn't think it was going to be good, but it turns out it was great.
Yeah.
Like, one of those matches that comes to mind was...
what about the one Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble? You saw how well Bray Wyatt performed and won.
Like, this one, though, I'm looking forward to see how these guys are going to come out. Because Bray Wyatt could have, like, a cool entrance.
Oh, yeah.
Cena, you know, is going to have one just because with Cena, he does one every year. My favorite, by the way, being at 26 when he had the air guard.
Yeah.
Or the color guard. Announce him. That was just awesome. How they had the guys with guns, and then his music hits, and then he just comes down there flipping their guns in the air. Like that was awesome.
Yeah, and the interesting part about this match is this is the first time in a while that John Cena's not in the main event of a WrestleMania. So does that kind of feel weird, or
25 he wasn't in the main event.
Well, it was the second last match, I believe. I can't remember. Was it?
Yeah, because I remember Hunter saying that basically everyone was like, "All right, good match, but we got to go on after that."
Wow.
After one day you'll watch Lion Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
And you'll see that because Hunter actually said that because that's what pretty much is like going on after someone at WrestleMania. It's kind of like you go out there and steal the show. It's like, oh great, now I have to follow that.
How long do you think this match between John Cena and Bray Wyatt will go?
I'm gonna throw out random numbers and say 23 minutes and 49 seconds. Just because you know that this match can't be one of those ones where it's like, it's like, because Cena can go out there and have a match he's on Iron Man matches.
Oh, yeah.
But
if you remember
Bray Wyatt has never had a long match like this. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But my pick, I don't think it's a shock to anyone who watches these videos, to you, to anyone.
John Cena?
Yeah. But I have to say this, though. You got to do it, but you got to put Bray over in the process. You got to have, basically, I think it'll be the match where I'd like to see Bray be way more, like Bray have way more control, way more, the guy who's Bray has most of the control over the match. Cena comes out and then gets some stuff in the middle of the match, like gets some action, gets a couple, they all basically do near fall.
Yeah.
Maybe he takes a couple Sister Abigails, and then, Harper and Rowan get involved somehow, and then Cena comes out the victor. And then, because from here, Cena gets back in the picture saying basically same thing as Sheamus. Like, I conquered the man that I was afraid of. Now give me the belt.
For me, if they're really serious about pushing Bray Wyatt, I would like to see him go over against Cena, but I don't think that's going to happen. But do you think personally a match with John Cena at WrestleMania is a good enough push for Bray Wyatt?
You're going up against the biggest name in the company.
So you feel he's being pushed already?
Yeah, it'd be like back in the day, like it was like when Triple H fought Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 12.
Oh, that was a squash match right there.
Yeah, but Triple H said that, because I remember, or like, even look at Sheamus now.
Yeah.
Sheamus, Triple H, WrestleMania 26, same exact thing.
So we're both in agreement that John Cena will go over in this hard-fought match.
Yeah. Now, remember before how I said that calm before the storm?
Yes.
This is the storm starting to brew. What's
this match we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. I'm going to call this right now. This will be the match of the night. What do you think?
I'm going to go say Taker's taking match of the night honors. I think every WrestleMania since 25.
Yeah, I mean,
just 24.
I was just about to say that.
24. I like this match at 23. I like this matches at 23 and 24. But Cena Michaels stole the show for me at 23. At 24 was that triple threat. The triple threat between Orton, Hunter, and Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you mentioned before, since WrestleMania 25, The Undertaker has stolen the show at WrestleMania. But this match against Brock Lesnar, I feel, is going to steal the show even more. I mean, I'm predicting right now we're going to see a lot of really close near falls. I expect Brock Lesnar to maybe kick out of the tombstone at least twice to make Brock look strong.
Yeah, because like I would like to see it like hit like one of those things where it's just like this match, like it's like the one with.
We've been wanting to see this match ever since their confrontation at the UFC show.
Yeah,
We've all been wanting to see it. I've been wanting to see it.
But I'm glad it's happening at probably what they're billing as the biggest WrestleMania in history.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 30, because it's the 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
That stadium, I'm just waiting for what the atmosphere is going to be like for that match. Because you know how when that gong hits,
Yep.
the arena is a total 360 from what it was doing before.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, trust me, there's no feeling in the world like when you're in the arena and when that gong goes off.
And you know that in person, in experience.
Yeah. Like, even when I'm watching at home, like, I get just chills in my body, like, my hair starts standing up, I get goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's just something that's, like, it's iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, there's certain things that certain wrestlers, like, there's certain wrestlers, like, can you honestly go back and remember wrestlers from, like, all the, like, there's wrestlers that were in the 80s, but there's only a certain few, like, you remember.
Yeah.
Undertaker is one of those guys that will be remembered forever, like a Bruno Sammartino.
Absolutely. So, in this match, like I predicted that Brock Lesnar's going to kick out of a couple of tombstones. What about the Undertaker? Kick out of a couple of F5s? Maybe put in a Kimura lock?
I'd like to see rather Kimura lock or even Brock Lesnar basically just beat the hell out of Undertaker like at 28 or do one of those moves where it's like you really think it's over. You think that he's going to lose.
The Kimura lock won't buy it for me because the Undertaker will never submit in a match.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that's ever been done before, has it?
Breaking point .09, but that was really weird.
Oh, I don't really count that.
I don't count that either. Yeah. That was really weird. That was the show the next night, and that was a SmackDown angle, and I didn't really get involved with that.
Yeah, but I'm really calling this match between Taker and Brock Lesnar one of the matches of the night that people will talk about. And
I think it will be, and it'll be one of those matches that when you go back and look at after the 30 match, like if you wanted to do like your top matches at Mania, I feel like this could be a top 10. Like look at last year, CM Punk and Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah, that was
match of the year.
That wasn't even on the category. Like what the hell, WWE? Like,
it was my match of the year.
Oh, absolutely, it was everybody's match of the year easily.
Yeah.
But as far as match length, I say maybe 30 minutes for this match.
Yeah, because both guys can go that distance. Even though Taker's only on the schedule where he comes once a year.
Yeah.
His last 3 matches were there. Like I'm also glad that Brock Lesnar's not in that this is just a singles match. It's no disqualification. It's not a no disqualification. Not a no holds barred.
Yeah.
Nothing with an Extreme Rules match of steel cage matches. Because honestly, Brock's only good match since he came back was the match of Punk.
Yeah.
Triple H at last year's WrestleMania was alright, but apart from that, his match with Cena and his match at 100 at SummerSlam, Keith Matoush loves that match, by the way. I'm just kidding, he hates it. The
one match at SummerSlam?
The one at SummerSlam 2012, the no holds barred one. It was awful. Brock Lesnar's only had one great match and 2 good matches.
I honestly think the one he had with Triple H wasn't that bad.
No, Mania 29 wasn't that bad. It was Extreme Rules.
But the one at SummerSlam wasn't that bad either, I don't think.
Extreme Rules, the steel cage match was awful.
Well, wasn't as good as the other two, I guess.
Extreme Rules was a bad pay-per-view altogether.
But as far as the winner is concerned, I think that's...
I'm going to use the Harlem Globetrotter metaphor.
Don't bet against the Undertaker.
Or no, I'll just say it like this. You got Brock Lesnar wearing a Washington Generals jersey. You got Taker wearing a Harlem Globetrotters jersey. That's all I gotta say. From there, I think most people will know my winner. But if you don't know the Harlem Globetrotters, I'm just doing this. 22-0. 22-0.
So I can't see the streak ending either. I mean, it's such a very prestigious streak. I mean, a DVD was released, I think, last year.
I think they did one at 15-0. They did another at 20-0.
But I can't see the streak ending. I really think that they should just let the Undertaker have the streak undefeated. So, like I said, match of the night, wonderful match.
Maybe match of the year.
That wouldn't surprise me, actually. We already got another match of the year category, which was the Shield against the Wyatt family at the Elimination Chamber.
That was just like when the crowd's chanting "This is awesome" prior to the match.
That's what they're gonna chant for this match between Brock and the Undertaker.
You never know, we might too.
Oh, absolutely. But
and also tickets go on sale for WrestleMania 31's VIP couch side seats. They go on sale like right now. Like you got to book your spot for March 29th.
Wow.
Downstairs.
But we all are in agreement that The Undertaker will take this match and extend his streak to 22-0.
Yeah. I had to do that. I'm sorry.
You've been wanting to do that for a while, right?
I just know it wasn't like I wanted to. I was just like, I'll go for it. Why not?
I think you did pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, next, Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. I'm actually looking forward to this match too. I mean, I really think this will be a really good technical match. What are the odds that Stephanie McMahon's going to get involved?
The same odds that Paul Heyman's going to try to get involved in that Undertaker match. I think it's more Paul Heyman doesn't like the Undertaker rather than Brock Lesnar. Because look at it, the last 2 years it's been Paul Heyman. Well, oh, what the fuck? Didn't touch the computer for a long time, so it went to sleep. Oh,
Yeah,
we're still there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're still on. Basically, it's basically the odds are in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just lost my train of thought ever since the computer went to sleep. Hopefully, it doesn't ruin the video. But I feel like that she's gonna try to get involved, and then Triple H will get some offense in. I think it'll be the same thing where Daniel Bryan won't get a lot of moves, but I feel like Daniel Bryan's gonna kick out of a pedigree.
Yeah, this will be one good technical wrestling match. But as far as the one thing I'm really looking forward to is the yes movement. When Daniel Bryan enters that arena, the place is going to erupt. It's going to be absolutely nuts with that whole yes movement, all 75,000 going, yes.
I want to see
yes.
Triple H come out first.
Oh, I think we pretty much know what's going to happen there.
Yeah, Triple H is going to come out first. They start doing it right away, but then the music goes quiet, and then everyone, yes, 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 yes.
And once Daniel Bryan goes out to the arena, the whole place is going to erupt.
Oh,
that's one thing I'm really interested in watching because we know that's definitely going to happen. As far as the outcome is concerned, I think easily Daniel Bryan will take this one and move on to the triple threat match.
It's like the Royal Rumble metaphor. Do you want the crowd to take a shit on you, or do you want the crowd to praise at the end of the night?
Well,
just look at it that way. Like, well, because if Hunter wins, he's gonna get booed viciously.
Yeah.
And they don't want to make. I'm pretty sure they don't want to make the same mistake that they did at the Royal Rumble. Because remember the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
When it's getting booed at the Royal Rumble, you've done something wrong.
When that number 30 Rey Mysterio came out, the crowd booed him. And what were the odds that you'd ever see Rey Mysterio get booed?
The same odds last night that he hit Big Show with a 619, and then he came out like looking, oh, don't hurt me, don't hurt me. When there was that whole kerfuffle during Piper's Pit.
That was funny.
Yeah.
But we agree that Daniel Bryan will definitely take this one. As we know, originally CM Punk was supposed to face Triple H.
And then Daniel Bryan probably would have faced Kane.
Yeah. But
or I could have seen Daniel Bryan getting added into the triple threat match.
Yeah. But this feud, it does make sense. I mean, it dates all the way back from SummerSlam when Triple H cost Daniel Bryan the WWE Championship, and we've been wanting to see a one-on-one confrontation since then. And now that CM Punk is not going to be facing Triple H, here comes Daniel Bryan. I think that's a pretty good substitute for Triple H.
Yeah,
WWE.
Yeah, I do actually. Just because, all in all,
if CM Punk though were to be in this match originally,
I don't think the winner would be in the main event.
Do you think it would have been as good as Daniel Bryan and Triple H, or?
Maybe.
No. Maybe.
Well, there's more on the line with Daniel Bryan and stuff just because of how far the rivalries date back. Like with Punk and Hunter, they were just starting that before the Rumble, like when the New Age Outlaws turned on Punk in that six-man match against the Shield.
So we're both in agreement that Daniel Bryan will defeat Triple H.
Yeah, because like everything that happened, even though Daniel Bryan did get the upper hand last night, that video package that happened, the fact that they left him off the Brooklyn show, the fact that pretty much, even though Daniel Bryan occupied Raw, that he got the hell kicked out of him 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago in San Antonio.
Probably the most brutal PG beating I've ever seen.
Yeah, all that, and it's up there with Nexus.
Yeah. So.
But
do you think this will be the second last match of the night, then they move on to the triple threat match immediately, the winner? Do you see that happening?
Maybe. Just because, like, maybe if it's Daniel Bryan, they might say, like, and next up is the triple threat match. Because, like, if Triple H just, like, alright, and then have that happen, and then Orton comes out, basically, I hear voices comes out, and then Batista comes out to, of course, the boot.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, but, I believe, I don't know what, like, the match order is going to be. It's like every WrestleMania, it's kind of like a wait and see, but you got to figure that Taker Brock's in the middle of the card.
Oh, yeah. But on to the triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton, Batista, and either Triple H or Daniel Bryan, but since we agreed that Daniel Bryan is going to come out on top, we'll just pretty much say Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
What do you think the odds are that Daniel Bryan will come out on top? I say very high.
Unless they want the crowd, same thing, unless they want the crowd to hate the show, they'll do it. Like, I saw how boring that No DQ match was last night. And if that match was
Doesn't that
boring...
make you glad that wasn't the official main event of WrestleMania?
Even though.
I think
won the Rumble, I was like, crap, I don't want to buy this pay-per-view.
I mean, that just made WrestleMania uninteresting at that first, but when Hulk Hogan was announced as a guest host, it started to get better and better, and then the matches came on. Undertaker returning, face Brock Lesnar, I think it just got better and better, so WrestleMania is going to be pretty good. I think so.
Yeah.
But as far as the actual triple threat match, again, a lot of near falls, a lot of close calls. Batista will come close to winning. Daniel Bryan will come close to winning. But I think eventually
they're going to work together. Like, Stephanie's going to make them work together. Orton and Batista work together to make sure that Bryan doesn't win. If Bryan comes out on top, and then you see Stephanie kind of like a bitch fit at ringside. Next night, he comes out. Basically, this is how if Daniel Bryan with the title. Next night, Monday Night on Raw, he comes out with the title saying that there was nothing screwed up. There's nothing you can do to change the title. There's nothing you can do to strip the title away from him.
And then that's when Triple H will just do everything he can to put Daniel Bryan in the possible odds and matches, so they'll lose the title, but eventually Daniel Bryan will just defeat the odds and retain the title.
Have his big run until I think maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Cena did last year, because Cena lost the title at SummerSlam.
To Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. But I don't think Cena could be in one of those, like, you can maybe at Extreme Rules have like I'd probably have him have a small program with Orton. But even if they do it like the Daniel Bryan Triple H match and then have those two go on and have their match, I feel like it can be done. Because Bryan can probably work back-to-back matches like that.
Oh, yeah.
I for sure wouldn't have a problem.
Daniel Bryan's a hard worker.
Yeah.
So we're in agreement that Daniel Bryan, this is going to be Daniel Bryan's night, yes?
Yes.
And we all agree that the yes movement will be stronger than ever at WrestleMania, yes? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all get it. I think we all get the point now.
Yeah, I think everyone does too.
Now, we were talking about this earlier. We got the predictions out of the way. A certain somebody is rumored to be facing The Undertaker next year at WrestleMania. And that person we're talking about, you know who I'm talking about? Sting. One match and then Sting retires. Do you think they might do a build? Like, Sting is going to be in town for WrestleCon that same day. So he's going to be... Are they doing Monday Night Raw and New Orleans the next night? They are.
They're doing it because, like, I know people who've been in New Orleans before. Basically, the Superdome's here. Or, like, I'm just going to show you. Say, like, my house is a Superdome.
Yeah.
That school right there is the New Orleans. This will be King Center.
Okay.
That's where Raw and Hall of Fame are going to take place.
So what are the odds that Sting will come out for, maybe, I'd say The Undertaker will come out the next night on Raw, do a promo after he defeats Brock Lesnar, which we all predict that's going to happen. And then Sting comes out, challenges him for next year's WrestleMania,
That'd have to close the show.
Like what they did with Cena and The Rock.
That would have to close the show.
Oh,
that's the only thing. It's like, you're going to have probably a few Bryan open it. Cena could be middle of the program. But, yeah, if they're doing... if they want to do Sting Undertaker, that's got to go on last. If it goes on anywhere before last, it's just not going to be right.
Yeah. So we agree now that Sting and Undertaker will happen or may not happen.
I think it can happen, but I would like to see this match maybe 5 years ago when they're both working full time.
Yeah. But other than that, we got our predictions out there. Do you agree with us? Leave a comment.
Comment, subscribe, tweet. Facebook I don't give away for personal reasons.
Other than that, I'm looking forward to WrestleMania this Sunday. How about you?
It's going to be a good, action-packed day just because of everything that's happening with the pay-per-view. Like, I feel like it's basically like what you said a couple days ago. It's like the Super Bowl for wrestling fans.
Yes.
Because, like, even though it's only a short amount of time, it's just everything about it. It's just something different. Like, the one expression I go by ever since I went to Miami was, you haven't experienced WWE until you've been to a Mania.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's something about it, like, it doesn't hit you, though, until you walk through, kind of like when you're in an arena concourse.
Yeah.
like Char had this exact same feeling when we went in September. Yeah. When you're in the arena, you're walking through the aisle. Like, you know, in arenas how they have the aisle to get to your seats. When you walk through the aisle, you look, you see the arena, you see the ring, you see the stage, you see the front.
You're just mesmerized. Like,
you're just in complete awe of everything.
You're like thinking to yourself, wow, I'm actually here. This is such a dream come true.
This is probably going to happen to me in August.
That's SummerSlam.
I'm not going to feeling in August. Just because even though it's SummerSlam, it's still the second biggest pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
And I'm probably going to start to make that a yearly tradition. Hopefully you can come next year.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
But other than that, those are our thoughts for WrestleMania 30. I hope you all enjoyed WrestleMania 30, and anything you'd like to say to close out this video?
If you're going to New Orleans, you can go fuck. I'm just kidding. If you're going to New Orleans, have a great time. I wish everyone basically the safe travels to New Orleans. Have the best time ever. I'll be checking out all your vlogs, all the guys on here. Basically, they do like I'll probably watch some of it because a lot of people are leaving today and tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. Because some of them for flights, but like some people who are like flying out of different, like basically the flights and stuff like that. Some people are leaving today. I don't know what they'll do if they leave today, but if I were going, I'd probably leave either tomorrow night or Thursday. Yeah, and then I'd come home Tuesday.
But other than that, everyone enjoy WrestleMania, and like we talked about,
just ignore that. I'll be back.
Oh. He's just gonna get the phone. But like I mentioned, WrestleMania 30, showcase of the Immortals. We got Brock Lesnar, we got Hulk Hogan, we got John Cena on the card, Triple H, Undertaker, Brock Lesnar. It is going to be absolutely tremendous. So Griff is just on the phone right now. This is CJ Badahar with Griff, telling you all. Sorry, you want to say something to close out this video?
Well, it's not closing out. Some for something like that. I don't really know what it was.
Well, we're still recording. So.
But we're still 46 minutes in. Probably this is not my longest video.
And he said 30 minutes.
I said 30 to an hour.
Well, we're almost close there.
But you got to figure WrestleMania deserves a longest video.
I was just about to close this video, but since you're back, anything else you'd like to say?
I am looking forward to the pay-per-view all in all. But like last year's, it was like I was looking forward to, but at the end, like the payoff wasn't as what I expected. This year, I'm expecting like I'm gonna expect this pay-per-view to be a minimum. My smallest mark I will give it is a 7. So the last 7 I gave out was for Hell in a Cell 2013. So Survivor Series got a 5, TLC got an 8, Royal Rumble got a 6, Elimination Chamber got an 8. I don't give out high marks often for pay-per-views. I'm expecting to give a high mark out for this pay-per-view.
I agree. So.
Oh, and another thing, Sunday, as soon as that pay-per-view is done, whoever's here, I'm gonna have like basically the review's gonna be long as hell because I want everyone to give their personal thoughts if they want to, like you, Shark, Keith, myself, everyone else, because like you gotta review the show.
Absolutely.
It's gotta be done. Apart from that, I don't know if I'm gonna make any other videos this week. Depends. I may or may not. I was gonna give like a personal prediction myself, but I'm gonna also predict some other things that haven't been announced yet for the Hall of Fame. I predict that, even though you don't think so, I predict Undertaker and Kane will adopt Paul Bear.
I would love to see that, but would the Undertaker actually break character?
Yeah, you gotta figure. Like,
I think they should at least because it's Paul Bear.
I predict Hulk Hogan's gonna adopt Mr. T.
Who else could do it? Roddy Piper could, but I think there's still some bad blood.
I think that would end badly.
What do you think the odds of the Iron Sheik inducting one?
That's Linda McMahon.
I know, I'm just kidding.
But I didn't get that at first, but then apparently he had strong ties with the McMahon family throughout the 80s and the 90s, so that's why.
And then Linda McMahon, he was close with, like friends with.
Yeah. Jake Roberts, that's not a shock.
EVP?
Yeah. If it weren't for all that drug and alcohol stuff, who do you think would have? Like, that's the other thing. Like, if you had to pick a wrestler who's not, a guy that fought against him, kind of like how Trish Stratus is Dr. Rita.
Well, come to think about it, I would say, I'd have to say only Undertaker because they had a long history with each other, even though it was, remember their partnership in 1991, and the Undertaker credits Jake Roberts for being his mentor, so I would have said Undertaker only because that's the only person I could see.
And Scott Hall. I can see
Kevin Nash.
I can see Kevin Nash and X-Pac.
Okay.
Maybe Hunter and Sean come out on stage like how X-Pac and I think Nash. I don't think Scott Hall was at the Hall of Fame when Shawn Michaels got inducted. But remember how they all came out on stage after and threw up a click?
Yeah.
I think they'll do that.
Scott Hall, I'm really happy Scott Hall's going.
Scott Hall.
Yeah. Well, Razor Ramon, he's being inducted in Razor.
I don't know what's wrong with that because I think Razor was a character that people most remember them for.
Absolutely.
You got to think about it. When Kane goes, I know people remember him from Kane or Dr. Isaac Yankem.
I remember that. Remember that time when Kane hung up on the radio host for calling him Isaac Yankem? I don't think Kane wants to remember that.
No. And then the other inductees already announced, like Carlos Colon. It's going to be good to see Carlito.
This Hall of Fame class, though, I'm really happy with. I have no complaints. Everyone in this class is totally deserving. What do you think?
Yeah, same. It's just next year. I don't think you're really going to... I don't really care about the next year yet, but when it comes time, you think of names, you're going to like throw out a few. It's like, okay.
There's still quite a few that still should be inducted.
Yeah, there are. It's just a matter of time, I think, without the next 3-4 years.
Yeah. Well,
anyway.
Anything else?
No, not really. Just everyone, whether you're there live, whether you're watching on TV, whether you're at the movie theater, enjoy the biggest show of the year. That is WrestleMania.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace.